So when I first heard about this story, like I heard like a rough outline of it, and I was like, is this some overblown reading again? Because I've seen some of the school board stories and stuff, and some of them were way overblown, and they weren't as big of a deal as what the right, or like a lot of people on the right or the left were making them out to be. And then I come across this one. I heard about it. I thought it was some overblown story, but I'm like, let me look into this because my friend tells me it's a lot worse than that. Oh, okay, so let's see what this is. I look at this. Holy shit. The part that surprises me about this, and what I'll show you in a second, is how far we've gone as a society. It's not that the teachers are engaging in their costume party, as they want to call it, or costume day, but the fact that after this stuff comes out, you have parents defending it. What happened since I was in high school, bro? Like, I can't even make a comment of like, this is white people shit, because I was like, I got sent to a white high school. I got sent out of neighborhood. I got sent to a rich white high school, and like, none of this would have happened. I'm like, damn. We have moved a lot as a society in a very short amount of time, and I don't think you go back from this. How do you go back from this? The part of this was, it says at the beginning, at the start, it says there's an investigation underway after controversial photos from a high school event at Hazard High School are causing outrage as part of homecoming week activities. Today was costume day and a man pageant was held. Now, when I hear costume day and like man pageant, I was like, all right, best case scenario, they're having a costume contest. It's October, whatever. I was like, worst case scenario, it's boys in a dress, maybe. I'm like, worst case scenario, seeing as where we are right now. No, it was way past that. And I do not know how people are not in jail, as we're going to see in a second. Look, when I was in high school, the worst thing that happened during like homecoming nonsense was like people would play like really trashy music that like the boomers didn't know what the lyrics meant. And otherwise they'd be like, is this really appropriate for like high school kids? But anyway, well, let's see how far we've gone since I was in high school. So I'm just gonna start around the middle of this, and I want you to see what I'm talking about.
We're told it was part of homecoming week celebrations. Tuesday was costume day, and there was a man pageant.
See, watching up to this, I was like, okay, we had these similar things at our school. They were basically costume contests. Right, so at this point, I'm like, okay, so what's the problem?
Pageant in the gym. These are some of the images receiving the most
we
criticism.
get here?
They appear to show scantily clad students giving lap dances to faculty and staff. Others showed female students dressed in Hooters costumes, carrying mugs that looked like there was beer in them. And in others, students and staff appear to spank or paddle each other.
It was just really shocking whenever I first saw it. And
now look, if I was a parent, right, and I saw that happening, I would make sure the people there who seem to be having a good time, the adults there smiling quite a bit, they would be in prison, and what they had done would have leaked to the inmates. I don't know how it would get there, but it would get there. Because I can't help but notice, they're pointing out the girls are like scantily clad. I'm like, not really. With the Hooter shirts, I'm like, not really. I'm like, man, girls' volleyball teams dress, with less than that. But I was like, just look at the pictures. I was like, why are all the boys engaged in touching and the women are just like maybe normally dressed? I'm just pointing something out. Something's not right. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit, and you're gonna be surprised to see that there are parents defending this. And let me see if you can take a guess what they look like. Just take a guess.
should have at that point said, hey, I know this is a joke, but let's stop. This isn't appropriate.
Mom Holly Lane disagrees.
It has been taken completely out of context. There are only photos being shown on the.
Okay, one, of course. Like I said, as soon as I heard this, I was like, it's suburban white woman, isn't it? I was like, all this shit every time when it comes to this weird race stuff coming into schools, or this like weird get whitey stuff that I don't get, or it's this weird sexual stuff. Where is this all originating from? Whether it's even the alphabet stuff. Every time it's white women. I'm just making this observation. I can't help but notice every single time it's suburban white women. Second, what do you mean it was taken out of what context was there? Look, if you are a heterosexual male, you know what? No, let's change that. If you are a heterosexual or homosexual adult male, and a man comes up to you, or a kid comes up to you, starts bumping and grinding on you, and you're smiling, your reaction is to smile? I'm sorry, bro. No, you're snitching on yourself. No heterosexual male has a young boy come up to him and fucking do that shit and then smiles as a reaction. Maybe it's because I'm from Cali, a lot of gay people here, but they know you don't go touching up on men. Because in these pictures, they're fucking smiling. If you took a picture right when another dude did that to a dude, that picture would, that picture is you're gonna see a very either confused or angry face, and then the next picture is gonna be that dude face down on the ground. Cause it's just like, dude, if I walk in on you and there's a dude's dick in your hand, and you're going, look, all right, what you just walked in on was taken out of context. I'm like, nigga, you gay. What context do I need? Like, the fact that there were young kids coming in looking like this and the adults didn't say anything, I'm like, and the fact that they didn't say anything at that point? What is this context? I really want to hear this context that makes it better.
Internet, no videos, so the photos don't show the teachers pushing the children off of them.
Lane's sons and his friends.
Does it look like in that picture, someone pushing him off him again? I was saying with a big smile. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think a heterosexual, man who likes heterosexual adult women, reacts like that. I'm just saying, before, the first reaction wouldn't be a smile. I think from even a gay man, if a kid came up to him doing that, I don't think if you took a picture in that moment, it would be a smile. That's what I'm saying. What is this context? All right, because this don't make sense.
Friends participated in the homecoming event. She says pushing the limits and embarrassing teachers is part of the fun.
If everybody is perfect, then I would say, yeah, maybe we need to rethink something. But until somebody can prove that something is going on here, other than just homecoming week and teenagers being teenagers, then I'll support my kids.
The way that
again, this teenagers being teenager stuff, and it's like, again, people are like, I can't go, white people shit, I can't do that. I went to a mostly white high school that was like again, really upper class, and there was nothing like this. Homecoming week was like some dude sneaking onto the, like, outside with student dudes sneaking onto the quad and doing donuts on their car in the quad, fucking wrecking it, right? Homecoming week was tagging shit. The non-mischief stuff was like pep rallies, again, where the most it was playing of music that was like really sexual, but the lyrics, the boomers didn't get it. So they just thought it was fine. But I'm like, that was the extent. And I went to a high school with a lot of hoes, man. And we never had anything like this. This is why I want to know what happened in the time between now and then. Because it was like, if you were a gay high schooler then, people would be like, okay. And nobody gave a shit. It was just the end of it. Now you got the alphabet shit in here. And then you got all this other weird stuff coming in. And now in the span of, I don't even know, it hasn't been that long. Now we're escalated here already? Something ain't right, bro. Like I said, I'm just noticing a factor of white women. I don't know if white women have like some sort of council I could call up with. They got some sort of like office. If they have corporate I can talk to or something. Because we need to figure this out.
that I think about it is I think that, yes, the kids should just be kids and they should be allowed to have fun. But is giving a lap dance or witnessing somebody else give an adult a lap dance, is that a child appropriate activity? And to me, it is not.
Lane says she doesn't believe
That's why I said I was like, my high school, the worst was like a lot of sex and drugs. There was a lot of that. But nothing like this. Right? Like, not everything, of course, we did at our school was child appropriate or however you would call it. But I'm like, nothing like this. And then it's like, how do you go back from this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you go back from the point where this is getting normalized? How do you do that? I'm asking. I don't know.
a line was crossed.
None of my children have been hurt. None of the teachers have been hurt.
Hazard Independent School Superintendent Sandra Combs says the district is looking into the incident.
The district is investigating the incident, and after the investigation is complete, appropriate action will be taken.
One of the administrators in the pictures is Hazard High School.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Does that look like the look at that face? Does that look like the reaction of someone about to push him off because he doesn't like what's happening? Bro, miss me with that.
School principal Donald Happy Mobilini. He's also the mayor of Hazard. We
Oh
reached
yeah, I
out.
forgot to put that. Yeah, that this is also the mayor. Oh god. So that was the thing that happened. Really interested in see how this follows up. I'd like to see what more parents say, because that was interesting. It's weird, especially in Kentucky. I'm like, really, over here? I'm like, shit. I went to like I went to a rich white high school run by progressive boomers, and we had nothing like this. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is with, again, a lot of these in schools run by a lot of lefties and the sexualization of children.